Robert, Slade, and Rekha to come up on stage, please.
Nabil.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ben.
So, right there.
Thank you.
Because Robert and Slade tells this story way better than I do. So Robert from ConvergeOne and Slade from Nicholls State University, thank you so much for being here. You know, there are a lot of people in this room, Slade, I'm going to start with you, who are in the same place as you are, right? You got to do all of these things, you don't have an option, you know, and you only have the people that you have. Tell us a little bit, share a little bit, what are the problems that you're facing when you really need to deploy that secure connectivity?
So we have a lot of professors that go out in the field, Louisiana coast, want to do their research. They need to get in securely to our data center and do their things and their research capabilities. That becomes a bit cumbersome. From our perspective, from the IT perspective, managing all those different security devices to make that connectivity back to our campuses is a bit cumbersome as well. So having a solution that kind of ties that all in, it makes the same user experience for our professors to come in and do their same thing they would do in the office in the field, just makes it tremendously easier for our small staff.
That's exactly what we're talking about backstage. You don't have enough people to go find data here and find data there and then figure it out themselves. Robert, I'm going to come to you. You're one of our closest partners here in US. We appreciate that. And you put a lot of solutions together. You're an integrator. You go to the customers with broad solutions. Tell us from your point of view, what are the challenges that you're seeing out there?
No, thank you, Nabil, for the question, and good morning, everyone. I think the question gets right to the crux of it, and that is, what is the premier challenge? What is the top-of-mind focus area for a lot of the security individuals in this room, across the country that we support? I think the pervasive issue really goes to identity, right? Identity protection is the key challenge. The key challenge is happening at the human layer, and I think that's pervasive across security leaders in the challenges that they're facing. And ultimately, for us in this room, it really amounts to, hey, we're all students of Zero Trust. We're all students of Zero Trust, whether we want to be or not, right? And the market dictates that to us. The market doesn't have any breathing room, where we are inundated daily with security controls, complexity, like Nabil was mentioning, various challenges, even in just how we consume these controls, licensing structure, disparate dashboards, even from the same manufacturers, right? Even from the same solutions providers. This is not how we can manage our environments, right? And that's I think, the benefit, the value of a universal Zero Trust approach to networking, is that it's not just developed for the humans we're protecting, it's also developed for the humans that are managing the protection, right? If there's a U spelled Y-O-U in UZTNA, it's this, right? That our strategy can't be a portfolio. Our strategy can't be controls. Our strategy has to be around the connected human experience, which for us at C1 is a driving force, a huge motivation for what we do and how we design customer solutions. And I know it's a piece, Nabil, that really unites Extreme and C1 around the human layer, not just for who we're protecting, but also the quality of life that is built into these solutions to make it more manageable day to day.
That is fantastic, and that is one theme that is common between us and ConvergeOne. So what I'm hearing from both of you is, yes, provide protection, secure every connection out there, but do it in such a way that Slade's team can actually do it in a day.
Yes.
I think a lot of you sitting in the audience are in the same place as Slade and Rob. So I'm going to turn to Rekha, our star. Rekha, you have heard this. How are we going to solve this problem?
I'll talk about it, but I think you need to go to the next slide.
Oh,
all right.
You're waiting on me to move the slide. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. So I'm here to talk about Universal ZTNA. What is Universal ZTNA? It is, in simple terms, bringing together the best of two worlds, right? campus security and remote access together in one solution, which gives you that frictionless user experience across your entire enterprise, not only for your applications, but also for your devices and networks, right? So it's one solution that is built with identity context, the identity of the users, the identity of the devices, and what those identities get access to, networks, right? It be it our own network with our extreme universal portfolio of switches and access points, be it applications. The applications could be anywhere. It could be in your data center. The applications could be in your IaaS, like GCP, AWS, or Azure, right? It could also be SaaS applications. So Universal ZTNA brings together that frictionless user experience. And that's the thing that we found out. We built the product with user experience in mind. We did an extensive beta, 55 plus participants in our beta. Slade and Rob were part of our beta program. We got 100 plus feature requests, a lot of them baked into the product, and extremely proud of all the work our engineering team, user experience team, our QA team, marketing, sales, we've got it.
That's awesome, Rekha. But we have a tradition here. We don't just talk, we show.
Oh,
So
absolutely.
Can you show this to our audience here? And while you're setting that up and we put her computer screen up there, I'm going to come to Slade you. You were representing all of our users that are sitting in there, making sure that we actually deliver what we just promised. What's your experience been in this beta so far?
So having that one single pane of glass and having that unified policy that we can spread across our users, whether they're in the cloud at home or they're on campus, has just been incredible for us. We don't have to worry about all those little security pieces here and there across the product lines. We have one place, unified policy, working on our existing infrastructure that we already own. So that's been just tremendous for easy use and making sure everything's secure from wherever the user happens to be, coming back to our data center.
That's fantastic. I think Slade is more excited about this than I am. But
Yeah.
Rekha, show us what Slade just talked about.
Definitely. So I have a lot to show, but given the time we have, I'm going to focus on two things. We do have our booth, and I have my breakout session. We can go much deeper into the product experience. Just to focus on two things here, the first one I'm going to focus on is the dashboard, which gives you the combined view of network and application access together. So it starts with the health status showing you different applications. Are they up or down? And as I scroll down, the different types of applications, it could be HTTP, HTTPS, RDP, SSH, could also be custom applications. What is the top application usage? Right? And as I scroll down, I'm showing you network access events. We have different network access events going on, different authentication type events as well, right? MACauth, EPTLS, all of that. Then our policy, right? So I'm showing you the single policy view here. We have different types of policies. The hybrid policy, which brings in the best of both worlds, the convergence of network access security and the application security. The last part is showing you the hybrid policy itself, right? So I'll just click on the hybrid policy. What does it consist of? Identity. Identity of your users, which we sync with IDP. Identity of the devices. That could be your IoT devices, your sensors, your applications. These identities get access to applications, different types of applications. And what they get access to in addition to application, the network access, right? So we have a very tight tie-in with our XIQ. And we can pull all the VLAN IDs from XIQ as you're adding the policies. And those get applied on different enforcement points, right? Our switches and our access points. So that's the beauty of unified policy.
That's awesome, Rekha, and I know you have a lot more to show, so make sure you go and ask her all the questions in the breakout. I'll tell you what my favorite part is. Number one, the black mode. I love it.
Yeah, you're in dark mode, I'm in light mode.
It looks like me, right? But the second part that I really love about this is bringing that networking and security from a policy point of view, from a data point of view together. Robert, I'm going to go towards you. I mean, like, you've been putting, or your company has been putting together networking and solution together forever, right? So how does this change it? One policy, one place to view it, one place to have all of the data, and you know it, we're going to put AI on top of it, but we'll talk about that tomorrow. So how does that change the world for you?
Well, it is a significant change, and that's what we need to highlight here. It's very important, right? When we've looked at, typical NAC solutions, right, really only looking at the network side of it, this is really changing the surface area, the threat surface of what our users experience, right? Because this is user to app. This is user to app security, right? There's no lateral spread here, and this is so important. We can't neglect the network, but the identity-focused approach here is a game changer for us. And you think about the rapid pace of change among the threat landscape. It is outpacing our manpower. It's outpacing the skill set of IT. That's why I think it's great, Slade, that you're up here representing just a powerful use case, across the verticals, but particularly in higher ed, where we need to talk about increased value in a security conversation, right? And improved experience for everybody who's connected to UZTNA. It's extremely important. And I think, looking at Extreme as the one to provide that, us as a partner, we've seen the evolution that Extreme has taken us through, right? Through software-defined, into IoT, into hybrid workspaces with SD-WAN. And even though we're not trusting in this conversation, we're trusting and verifying, we're having empathy for the security leaders involved, I believe we can absolutely trust Extreme to execute on this, in particular because of Fabric. We've seen security inherent to the network here in the Extreme portfolio, right? It's already been here. It's just infinite distribution, right? It's scale, but it's also segmentation, right? This is nothing new for Extreme. We're excited to see where they take it from here.
I couldn't have said it better myself. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you guys being a partner to us, co-creating this with us, and this is the one Extreme that brings these solutions together. Thanks a lot, gentlemen.
I have a question for you.
That. Yes, question.
When we're going GA?
Oh, of course. Well, I'm going to ask Rekha. Rekha.
Next slide for that.
Oh, I'm not doing a very good job with slides here.
All right. We are announcing limited availability for Universal ZTNA starting May 31st. We are accepting applications now. Visit our booth, scan the QR code, and you'll have it.
That's awesome. I can't wait to see this deployed in a lot of our customer and user environments. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you being here for us.
Real.